and what is your position in AYM, in your committee, in governance and transparency, that would be great. Go ahead, jump in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start. Okay. Go ahead.
Antoine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Antoinette Hamadisha from Zimbabwe. I'm the English facilitator for the governance and transparency. My background is in social sciences. I'm very much interested in issues that affect young people, and I'm very passionate to see this being solved using African solutions. Thank you, and I'm happy to meet you all today. Thanks.
Thank you, Antoinette. Amira, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, my name is Tassadita Mirabilis, and I'm 22 years old. I'm from Nigeria, and I work. My position in AYM is the Arabic facilitator. I am in security studies. I'm a civil society activist, a feminist activist in Nigeria especially, and I do many work with associations and with young people. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Amira. Saeed, yeah?
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you? My name is Saeed Muhammad Osman from Somalia. This is the first time I meet this group, and I'm a new member, and I will also work with them, the election subcommittee. In my background is a social science for public administration and management. For the last 4 years, I was working with the Somaliland National Electoral Commission as a human resource and training manager, and later promoted as a operation manager of National Electoral Commission. I have extensive experience in elections. I attended a number of seminars and workshops about the elections in Africa, in Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Uganda, and so on. So thank you very much, and it's nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Saeed. Valentin, maybe you can go ahead.
Hello. You following me? Okay. My name is Valentin Akaezu, and before I was located in the Human Rights and the Democratization Committee, but today I'm very pleased to be in your team, to be a part of your team. So my background is in law, and I'm currently developing skills as a human rights activist, and I'm seeing how to work on the promotion of human rights through education in my country, Rwanda. I was living in the Netherlands, there was quite 2 years ago, but from 2 weeks ago, I'm back to Rwanda. I'm here and trying to work with academic institutions in the line of teaching, training, human rights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Valentin. Before I give it to Lombe, if you can just mute your mic again, please. Yes, so Lombe, I'm signing up from AYM account, and I will not disappear so you don't lose the recording. And I just wanted to clarify that Valentin and Saeed joined in the subcommittee on elections, and they were selected actually for the Committee on Human Rights and Democratization. And because that committee is not functioning yet, so we thought they would be really valuable to be in this committee and start working already. So I think the committee is full with its chair, Lombe, and I think the only person missing is MA, the deputy chair. And from here, I give it to you, Lombe.
Thanks, Aya. My internet just went crazy for a while. So I don't know how far you went with the introductions. I just got here in the middle of Saeed's introduction, so I'm not sure if everyone else gave their.
Everyone introduced.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'll give a very brief introduction of myself so we can move on. So I'm Lombe from Zambia, and I'm chairperson of this committee. Yes, so I work on different voluntary activities that are focused on youth participation and governance and transparency. So yeah, we'll get to know each other more. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Yeah, so I sent out the agenda, and I hope that everyone had a look at it so that we're on the same page. So for starters, I just needed us to reflect on what we've done so far within the committee. So last month we only managed to have one hangout, which was done by Amira, and I'm thinking that we could all learn some lessons, especially for the facilitators who are going to be hosting the hangout sessions. So I think that everyone could learn a few lessons from the way that she carried out her hangout session, but there are a few things that would have to be pointed out, like how you need to focus on that one language that you're supposed to be using. So the English facilitator is supposed to focus on English and use that language throughout their hangout session. And so I'll forward the minutes and also the link that Amira used for her hangout session, so everyone can just have a look at it and have an idea of what goes on during the hangout sessions, how they're supposed to be done. Though there's not a specific way that they're supposed to be done. You can get creative, you can use Twitter, you can include experts or other young people who are from who have diverse backgrounds, and you can really just mix it up. But then of course you can, before the hangout sessions, you can let us know so we can have an idea of how things are going to happen and where we can jump in if you need us to jump in. And if you're trying to find more people to join, you can let us know what criteria you're looking for so we can help you out. So that's just a very brief recap on the hangout sessions. And now we have the subcommittee on elections and governance. So for this, we have Valentine and Saeed, who will be focusing on this. I had sent out a call for ideas on how this is going to be structured, and so I'm hoping to hear from the other members on what they feel we can have as a structure under this subcommittee. So is anyone ready to jump in? Antoinette, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I suggest that maybe for the committee on elections, now that we have two guys in, I think the structure is okay in terms of who will be looking into that. But as far as how to do it is concerned, maybe I can share idea. Maybe they can make the election calendar to see where the elections will be taking place in various countries. Then maybe to begin with, if there are any AYM members in those countries, they can assist them with collecting information as far as elections are concerned. Then they can, work together. Then another thing that they can do also is to try to document best practices for elections that have already taken place. in Africa. Say, for example, they can take the case study of the recent elections in Nigeria, how they went. How far are they good in promoting democratic elections and transparency in Africa? Then maybe they can write a story or something they can share with others. That's what I think to begin with. Thanks.
Thanks, Antonetta. Yes, I think those are very good ideas that we could use for the subcommittee. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add? Anything to do with this specific subcommittee?
Lumbe?
Yes, Amira?
Yes, as I joined the last meeting, and it was my first one, I don't really understand what it is about these subcommittees. So I would love to give you some ideas, but first of all, I need to understand what it is about.
Okay. Thank you for that question. So just to clarify, this committee on elections is a part of the Committee on Governance and Transparency, but their focus is going to be specifically on elections because we feel that this is a very big it's a very big part of what our committee is supposed to be doing. So we feel that this is supposed to be something that is also going to be focused on just by these two people who are part of the subcommittee. So this goes from trainings to attending conferences, like the one that I highlighted in the agenda. The Mandela Institute for Development Studies is holding the Regional Civic Education Training in Elections and Governance. So this is for West Africa. But if you can see how this falls under elections, to be specific. So it's under governance and transparency, but then elections as a part of this also is a very big part of what we're supposed to be doing. So we feel that anything to do with elections is going to be covered primarily by these two new members of the committee. Am I making any sense? Do you want to know like what exactly they'll be doing, or are you clear?
No, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so for starters, we are going to try and find people who can represent the African Youth Movement at this training that's going to be happening, the one that's being hosted by the Mandela Institute for Development Studies. So this is going to go from blogging, reaching out to people who work within election monitoring, or how young people participate in the election process right from the beginning and taking us through the whole process. And so this is about giving out information and getting information from other young people who are part of this, and also letting people know how they can be involved and bring in an aspect of transparency and accountability from the government. But this all starts from the elections. So this is why we feel that it's very important that we try and cover as many aspects of this as possible. Antonetta, did you want to add anything? Because this was your baby.
Yeah, you've touched basically on most of the issues that we wish this subcommittee could look into. Maybe just to add, I think the committee may also look in the issues of how young people are directly involved. I mean, is it in a negative way or in a positive way? Because, I mean, if we look at how elections are run or how political parties, because these are the ones that are mainly, involved with elections, of course, with many other different stakeholders. I mean, saying that how are young people used by those politicians, especially towards the periods of campaigning and voting, and to look like, do they benefit at the end of the electoral process? Or maybe to summarize it for Amira's sake, do young people benefit out of any political process? And if they benefit, how do they benefit? I think that's another way of looking into this, and also to try to lobby as a subcommittee to say, to lobby issues around young leadership, because if we look in Africa, most leaders, they are very old, and maybe we can come up with ideas on how to motivate young people to be positively involved in electoral processes, something like that.
Okay, thanks, Antonetta.
Welcome.
I hope that's clear for everyone. So does anyone have any questions on this subcommittee, or do you have ideas, suggestions maybe that you have for the committee?
Yeah, Lombe, I have a point, Valente.
Okay.
Valente? Yes, I have a point when we are discussing about elections. And for example, comparing the region where I come from, the East Africa or East region of Africa, Rwanda, Burundi, we are planning we are preparing to election. Burundi is this year, this coming May. Rwanda is in two coming years. So there is now a debate about the change of constitutions. For instance, in my country, they say changing constitution entails the continuity, where the government in place, what they are working on today, the economic achievement, the stabilizing a country, and we have to look forward and continue. So when you are talking about election, we cannot avoid or omit to talk about the change of constitution. This and the input or the role of youth in this process. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Valentine. I think you raised some very valid points, and also because you are a part of this subcommittee, it's going to be very it would be very important that you draft all these things within what the vision is for this particular subcommittee. So all of these ideas should just come together so we can, even as we move forward, we know how we're going to make this a reality, as opposed to it just being something that we discuss every time we have meetings. So thank you very much for those points. And also, I think this is very closely connected to the next point on the agenda, which is the regional civic education training in elections and governance, which is being hosted by the Mandela Institute for Development Studies. And I think that it's very important that we can recommend people who can apply for this. So if you have people in mind who work on issues of elections and governance, or people who you feel have the potential to carry this through, then you could let me know who these people are. Maybe you could discuss with them, and we can try and nominate them. Of course, we would have to, if they're going to be representing us, then it would be very important that we go through their profiles and see their suitability for this particular program. So, so yes, I will wait for some names. I hope if anyone has names that they have in mind, you could let me know so we can go through these names, and then we'll submit them to Aya, and then we can recommend some people to take it up. But I think that it's very important that us as a committee have people who we know can deliver. And if where they need our support or our help, training or mentorship in this particular area as they go to represent us here, then I think that it's something that we can definitely do. So yes, I will wait for some recommendations. I hope that if anyone has people that they have in mind, they could let me know. I'll post the link in the chat so everyone can look at it in case you have anyone in mind.
Can I add something, Lombe, once you finish?
Okay. No, you can go ahead. I'm just
Okay. For the one who will be going to the mines, actually, I noticed just now that we all have, like the subcommittee is all from East Africa or Southern, maybe Africa. So maybe we will need more people to join from, the different regions. So when elections happen in that region, it's easier for them to do whatever you decide to do in this subcommittee. So if you nominate people to go to mines, it will be great if you also recruit these people to the subcommittee. So whoever we go and represent AYM will come back and join the subcommittee. So this person can actually move the subcommittee ideas forward and also like participate in this training. So it's like we take you for the subcommittee and we send you for this training somehow, For this subcommittee, the first time we discussed it was me and Antoinette in Nairobi. The idea how it came up, and actually I was so impressed because she was traveling around to go and observe elections. So Antoinette has a very big network of observatory, let's say, network, and also knows the calendar. So what I would suggest for this committee to be practical from now till the end of 2015 is to look at the calendar and identify maybe the big 5 or 6 elections happening from now to 2015. Identify those countries, agree on them, and focus on those. So you don't really have to cover the whole Africa now since you're just starting, but maybe identify maybe the big 5 like elections that everybody will look at, just like the Nigerian election that happened. The whole Africa was really looking at this election. And I would also suggest if you can like put some goals of this committee. I know there are many ideas, but like put the objective, why this committee and what's the outcome of it. One of the things I could think about, Antoinette already said about like best practices, reports, and things like that. And I think the way how to do this can be through maybe some hangouts with young people before and after the election. For example, if you have focused on the elections in Nigeria, you could make like a hangout with young Nigerians before the elections and get their views on, and then after the elections and see, like the difference and their involvement. You can also make interviews with people you reach out to these countries, and they can, send the interviews, and based on that you release reports. Because your subcommittee, like what I see with like Valentin has academic background and constitutional background, and he can make even a study case about one of these countries. So you have really like a lot of expertise in this subcommittee with only 3 people. When I say 3 people, Antoinette, Valentin, and Saeed, and try to use those for now and recruit more people with different other skills. And then you will find out what you want to do as main activities. But just suggesting to kick off, really, for this subcommittee to meet by itself, apart from this meeting, and decide your objectives. Doesn't have to be big, just small, but really impactful, what your objectives are, and what's the outcome you want to reach by the end of 2015. And if we really like follow 5 elections, that would be an achievement. Like you can decide less or more, but if you put like a target, okay, we're gonna observe 5 elections on many aspects, on youth participation, on reporting what happened, on violations, on transparency, whatever. That would be really concrete to monitor. Yeah, just that.
Okay.
Thanks, Aya. Yes, you raised some very valid points. But then I just need to know, because we need for the minds training, we need people from West Africa. So how are we going to get? Are you going to send out a call for applications?
Yeah.
Aya, okay. So specifically for West Africa, so we can have people who are definitely going to deliver and who can be a part of the subcommittee.
What I can do is I can send an email to the whole like AYM committees if they want to nominate, because there are many West Africans in other committees, so they can themselves join or they can recommend other people.
Oh, great, great.
And then you guys select at the end who will go.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Lombe. So
yes?
I don't know. I will be in one meeting next week in Tanzania, and we will be discussing about governance, democracy, and the event was organized by the Institute of Security Studies. It's based in Cape Town, Pretoria, and I think it will be a big audience, and it would be better to promote AYM there. I don't know if I can discuss with them because they will be many young from all countries, from all African countries. So I think it can be a good opportunity to discuss and to recruit or to just to attract them about this program. I don't know if it can be a good point. Yeah.
Thanks, Valentin. That's brilliant. Actually, this is something that would really be helpful, especially for this committee. So you said you're going next week, right? Is it? I think you said next week. Okay, so you could just share with us what you're going to be discussing exactly, and you could also tell other young people about the AYM, about this committee, about the subcommittee as well, and also judging from what you said, I think that there'll be a lot of young people who would be very interested in what you'd be discussing. So please feel free to talk about it, share with people, get as many people on board as you can. And maybe even from there you could get some recommendations if you will have West Africans as well. So you could let us know if you find people who you feel would be very active, who would be able to join. But so when you do meet these people, then you let me know, and then we can look at their profiles. If they're interested, they could submit. They could answer to the call that Aya is going to send out, and then we could pick it up from there. Is that okay?
It's okay. I will do that. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
And does anyone have any more additions? Aya's asking what the event is, the one with the Institute of Security Studies. What's the name of the event? The event that's being hosted.
Uprising and democratic governance in Africa. Uprising and democratic governance in Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to add that, and I said that to all the committees, we have a calendar on the website of all the activities of AYM and what the members are doing. So if you have yeah, I'm just muting Valentine. If you have fixed confirmed dates of your participation in certain events, please send it to us so we can put it on the calendar. And then after you come back from the event, there will be one of the media group will contact you to send them if you want to share your experience or if you want to share what the event was about. So this is just in general, not only for this month, but always. If you have an event you're attending and it's confirmed, just send us the dates and what is the event and what's your participation.
Okay. Hello, maybe I can just add something. Hello, Lombe.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, Valentino, you said that you're going to Tanzania, right?
Antonetta, sorry, could you? Is that your? Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Antonetta, you were saying? Yes, I can hear you. You were saying something about Valentine.
I wanted to confirm if he's going to Tanzania.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
because Tanzania, I think it's holding its constitutional referendum on the 30th of April in preparation for its national election in October. So maybe to start working within your committee, you can start to gather and observe the constitutional referendum process, because it's happening I think in 2 weeks' time. So I think it's a good idea to gather how the young people feel about the constitutional making process and how the referendum is going to be held. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I will try to, do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's brilliant. But I think that the subcommittee should meet, if possible, before Valentine travels to Tanzania, so that we are able to have something concrete, even as he goes to meet all these people. I think it would be good for you people to meet before. But I'm thinking, is it possible for them to use one of the facilitators' Hangout so that it can be recorded and so that people can come back and watch this?
I can give them access to the AYM Plus, the main one for meetings, to have their own meetings as well.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So yes, so please, you could, what day? Maybe you can fix your day, and then Aya is going to give you access to this, the AYM Plus, so that you can hold your meeting and record it, so that we're able to also come back and watch it if it's on the YouTube account.
Okay, Lombe, I will travel to Tanzania this Saturday.
On Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, are you able to have a meeting before you leave?
Yeah, me, I have the time. So if everyone is available, for me, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Antonetta, are you able to have the meeting before Saturday? This, for the subcommittee, who I know that the members of the subcommittee are Valentine, Antonetta, and Said. Correct? Yes. Okay. So that's okay, Amira. Okay. So I know Valentine will be able to have the meeting before Saturday. I don't know about Antonetta.
Oh, Lombe, unfortunately I can't, because I'll be traveling to South America on Saturday morning for the Guyana elections. So I won't be able to have that.
You said you're traveling on Saturday?
Saturday morning, yes.
Okay. No, I meant, would you be able to have the meeting before Saturday?
Before, that will be on Friday evening. It's fine with me.
It could be, Friday. Yes, okay. If Friday works for everyone, then that's fine. But then Said isn't here. We'll just check with him. But even if he's, I think you can still have the meeting on Friday. So you could discuss among yourselves, and then when you have Okay. When you have a concrete time, then you let me know so that you're given access to hold a meeting from here.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine for the subcommittee. And then any questions on that before we move on? Okay. Yes, so the next item is the, okay, Aya's just said, sorry, could you please mute your microphone, Valentine?
Sorry?
Could you please mute your microphone?
Okay. Mm.
Thank you. So the next item is on the Transparency International School on Integrity. So this is something else where we'll need some form of representation from this particular committee, because this is something that's under what we're focusing on. So what we can do is, following the structure of the minds, if you could, I'll post the link here as well. Then if you can go through it, look at the eligibility, and then we could recommend people who can be a part of this and who can apply, and then we go through the same mentorship and training and sharing of information, so we can have people who are prepared and are ready to take this up. I'll just post that here now. Yes, so the link is in the chat. So you can go through, you can follow the link, and then if you're able to attend it personally, that would even be better. And if you have other people in mind who you think would be able to do it as well, then you can let us know. Aya, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to just ask if we can decide now if any one of you wanted to apply for this and represent this committee first before we go and call on other people. I know you guys travel a lot already, so if anyone for those dates is available, so we can all like support his or her application.
Yeah, I think me, I'm more available. You can support me.
Okay, Valentin, anybody else? Amira? No? No, it's not for the subcommittee. So yeah, this is one of the other things that each committee does, because you just joined newly the group. Each committee send representatives to key events that affect the committee work. So any event related to governance and transparency, we try to send you guys first, or any member of the AYM, to represent AYM at those events. But not just to go there, really to have an impact in there. So you go through, like, you discuss with your committee what's your agenda of going there. So I'm asking, for this particular event, is any one of you would like to represent AYM at this event, so we can all like work on one person rather than, you know, asking other people. Amira, you can unmute your mic and speak if you want.
I just said maybe because my voice isn't like really good right now, so I'm it may go on mute. So I'm available. I think I have free time and I can be like focusing on that. If you guys want to, yes, I can apply for that.
Okay, so if Valenta and Amira can apply for this, and maybe if, I'm not sure, actually, Lombe, I didn't go through the application, if it's like a normal process of selection and supporting flights and everything.
Well, I briefly looked at it as well. It says that there are some scholarships that are going to be on offer. So okay, if you want to apply for the scholarships, you need to apply. There's a date of 1st May. with the scholarship applications, you have to apply by 1st May, but I think they want people to apply as soon as possible. So
yeah.
yeah.
So what I would say, Antoinette, what I would suggest is that if Amira and Valentine could fill in the application, both the scholarship and the main one, and send it to the committee, so we can all support your applications. You know, like edit it, mentor it, add to it, make it really strong applications, and then you can send it out on behalf of your committee. Okay?
Yeah, I have a question. So I was looking up on the requirement, and I see I have already 1 year, but they are requiring at 5. I'm now at above, so I don't know if I qualify now.
Amira,
Sorry,
you're under 30, right?
No, I'm above sat 5 now, so I'm not qualifying.
Sorry, I heard we're talking.
Okay, so Valentine was saying that he's above the age eligibility. They're requiring under 35, and he's above this age. So now we have to support Amira's application because she's under 30. She's 22. So
Yeah.
Amira, if you can work on your application this week and send it to your committee, maybe before the 22nd or something like that, so you can give time to everybody to input and then support your application. Okay?
No problem, I will.
okay. So we'll wait for Amira's application so we can go through, just like she said. So that's like, we'll give it 22nd of this month. Yes. Okay. So apart from these, does anyone else have any trips where they need some support from the rest of the committee? This month, maybe next month? Okay. Anyway, so I have one trip. So just for the sake of knowledge, I will be co-facilitating a workshop in Malta next month, and I will be co-facilitating the sessions on governance. Yeah, so I'll keep everyone posted on that. I don't know if anyone else is attending. There hasn't been any list of the participants for this conference, so I will let everyone know on my progress, and when I find out who else is attending and how I can also bring in the aspect of the African youth movement and how other young people can be involved. Except the only problem is that it's limited to countries that are part of the Commonwealth. But still, I mean, there are African countries that are under the Commonwealth. So I think that it's also a good idea to bring in any Africans who would be a part of that. Yeah, so does anyone have any more questions on the activities that we've had, the activities we're planning?
I just want to add something about this because we're trying to create profiles of members of what you're doing, guys, and you're traveling not only to participate, like you're facilitating, you're leading stuff. So we want to give more visibility to your work, and we want to make profiles of members, whatever you've been doing for the past 3 months and what you're gonna do now, like you, Lombe, and you traveled already to South Africa. So I don't know if, actually, Lombe, if Basma got in touch with you for an interview. Did she?
No.
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 Okay. So there would be Basma, who is the, yeah, she included you in the email.
Yes.
Yeah. So Basma is the media relations manager, and she will be contacting whoever is participating in different events after you come back, and you could just send her, you know, it's really flexible. It could be an interview, question and answer, it could be an article you write of your experience, it would be in different ways, but please get in touch with her so to give more visibility to your work and what you're doing, because we will publish this regularly on the website, okay?
Okay. Okay, so I will do that. Yeah, so that's all that we had on our agenda. But so, is there any other business?
I would like to speak about the Hangouts.
Okay.
Because I think Antoinette tried to do a Hangout, and Amira also. So for Amira's Hangout, it was really good as a start. I made you now a manager of the AYM forum, Google+, so you should create Hangouts from that Google+, not from your personal account. And as Lombi said at the beginning, you are the Arabic facilitator, so the Hangout should be in Arabic. Or if it's only with Algerians or North Africans, you can also speak the dialect, you know? It's not an issue like to mix French with Arabic and dialectal, you know? It's okay, but it should focus on Arabic, not to be in English, because the English will do the English session and the French will do the French session. So your session more should attract the Arabic speaking or the North African youth. And for the Hangout, as AYM, we expect to have the one paper of the concept note of the Hangout. What's the Hangout topic? When it's going to take place? Who are the speakers or panelists or the youth participating in it? So that 10 days before the actual date of the Hangout, so we can promote your Hangout, because it's broadcasted live, so people actually can watch you and join and ask questions on Google Plus and things like that. So we want to engage more people. We cannot do that if you don't tell us at all and you just do your Hangout, or if you tell us like 2 days or 3 days before the Hangout. So that's for all committees. 10 days before the actual date of the Hangout, you should send us the concept note paper of all the details of the Hangout with the link of the Hangout you created. As Lombi said also, and that I'm just making this clarification once for all, and that's to Antoinette and to Amira for now, who are present here. For the many people ask how we can engage people and how we can invite people. I don't think this would be a problem for you, not like the other committees, because you already have a big network. I think, Antoinette, we won't find really a problem in inviting people because you have really wide network in Africa, and Amira also. But if you think that, okay, for this topic this month, I didn't really have anyone in mind or anyone accepting my invitation, you can send this concept note to the whole committee and they can nominate people, suggest names and contacts for you, and you can invite them, okay? So the 10 days I'm talking about before the actual Hangout should be, everything should be ready. You already invited people, you have the confirmed date, the confirmed people speaking and everything. So plan well for this month how to do the Hangout. If you have any questions, let me know now, because the Hangouts are very important and an essential task of each facilitator. Every facilitator has to do the Hangout live every month. So if you have any questions, please do now. And Antoinette, for example, I understand that you travel, and the Hangout date is not like you send the topic to the speaker and they suggest the date. It's the date where you are available and you can do the Hangout. You invite people and you see if they can accommodate with your date. Otherwise, you look for other people. So it depends on the date you are available and the time you are available for it. Another option, if you really you cannot really make it like the whole month, you're super busy and you cannot really make it, you can delegate that to one of your English speaking in your committee to do your Hangout. That's another option. If you're just like the English facilitator of the employment committee, he couldn't make it this month, and the chair will do the hangout instead. So this is like in super emergency cases where you really cannot do your task and you just delegate it to one of your committee to help out. So if you both have any questions regarding the hangouts, please do. This is the time.
Okay, I have a question. Many people would love to join, and the last time I did Hangout, they were like fighting on who will join, and I don't know how to do it because I think there is a limited number of people who can join one group Hangout. I don't know.
Please mute your mic.
Yes. So how can I do it? Do I have to invite special people for this time and maybe the next time some others, etc., so people can join me? And because I know here now for the next hangout, there are a lot of people sending me, we would love to join and to discuss, etc. So how to do it? And when I'm writing my minute, should I write even the name of people and their jobs and things like that? Who are they?
Okay, if I get your question very well, the first one you're asking, there actually your problem is that many people would love to join. So this actually depends on your topic. There are many. Lombi, you wanted to say something? No, okay. So actually, it depends on the topic of your hangout and the format you choose for your hangout. There are hangouts where you can just invite 2 or 3 people, and they could be an expert in the topic you're choosing. I don't know, for example, an expert in elections observing or something like that. So you choose these people, and then you send only the link to the room for these people to join in. And you are prepared with your questions and follow-up questions and what's the outcome of this discussion. So these people who would love to join your hangout can watch you online, but not inside the room. Can watch you and then send the questions through Google+. So still don't tell these people, okay, you can join this time. Just tell them that the discussion will be on this and that, and these are the experts who will be speaking, and you can still watch us and send us your questions, and I can ask them the questions you want. This is a way to make people engage and don't, disappoint them or discourage them. If you want another model, could be like you did last time, is young people discussing or debating a topic. And that you can do as well as another format. Another one could be, question and answer for one person or one speaker. So it actually depends on the topic you're discussing. And try in your hangout to bring diversity of people. I know that last time maybe it was more like your friends and it was more like casual debating. It was a youth casual conversation, but try also to try another format where you bring on different backgrounds. You bring, it's like you bring the student and the teacher, and make it a debate or something like that. So be creative in the way you do it. And for your friends who would love to join each hangout, it would be great to send them the link and tell them that you can watch us at this time live and you can ask all of your question. The second question you asked is about the minutes, you said? So do you mean the minutes you're writing right now, or do you mean the concept note of your hangout? The minutes you're writing right now.
Sorry, not the minutes I'm writing right now. For example, after my hangout, I send the minutes, so more details and things like that.
Yeah.
So do I write the names of people?
Yeah. I get your question. So first, for the concept note, you should write who are the speakers and a short bio of them. If is an expert in something, you write the name and what do they do. So that's also another way to attract people to watch. So when we promote this on the Facebook and social media, people will join because of the name of people you're bringing in. If you bring more known people, people will join more. And if you bring young people facing these expert or VIP people, it would be even greater. But in the concept note, you write who are these people and what they do as bio, short, like 2 or 3 lines, like bio. And then when you do your report, yeah, of course, you write the name of people and you write what's the outcome. You know, try in your Hangout to have really an agenda, a goal, where through your questions you direct them towards a certain goal. So you have an outcome, because the purpose of doing this Hangout at the end is to collect all the Hangouts after 6 months, and it will be a kind of not reporting, but a consultation of what really people think of these different issues, and what can we have as a general idea, you know, what young Africans think on governance and transparency during this time, you know. So it will be great if you can focus when you do the Hangout on what's the outcome, what's the main points or ideas that we can get out of this Hangout. Make sense? Any other questions, Antoinette?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, hello?
Yes.
I think it's quite clear. Oh, the clarifications were very clear, Aya. Thank you for that, because for me it was very difficult the first time. But I look forward to having a very active and quite vibrant hangout for April. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Great. I'm sure you have great Hangouts. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Lumbe, you can take it from here. I think Lumbe dropped. Okay, so let's look at the agenda, what's left. I think that's it, clarification on Hangouts. Any other thing you guys would like to discuss before we end?
I have a question.
Yes.
About the Human Rights and Democratization Committee. So I'm wondering where we will be discussing those issues, in which committee now. It seems like we just left them, those matters, those issues which are very relevant. So where, in which committee we will be discussing about them?
Yeah, thank you, Valentin, for your questions. I'm just gonna mute your mic. Yeah, for the Committee on Human Rights and Democratization, we still work on it. We will open another application to have the chair and deputy chairpersons, and it will kick off, but not maybe this summer, not very soon, maybe during the summer. I think governance, transparency, and democratization are very linked, and if you have certain urgent ideas that you want to bring on the table now, you can also do it inside this committee, because it's very much linked to democratization. I know that human rights is another broad field or issue to talk about. But if you have really urgent ideas, you can bring it on this committee until we have the Human Rights Democratization Committee. And please, if you have any nominations of people you think would love to create this committee, also feel free to send me from any parts of Africa. They don't have to be from Rwanda. Okay? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, great. Any other thing? Because I think Lombe had technical issues again. So we can conclude if there is no other questions.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, Antoinette? Okay, great. Thank you all for joining the meeting. And let's work on the action points that have been put by Amira. And you can send the minutes to your committee within 24 hours. That's usually how it works. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.